Hey guys, welcome to Living in New Hampshire. My name's Cody and I'm a local real estate agent with eXp. In today's video, we're going to cover interesting facts about New Hampshire. Regardless of where you live, every state has a unique and interesting past. Oftentimes, we grow up in a city neglecting the fact that decades ago, major historic events transpired in the place that we call home. That's why in today's video, I'm going to cover interesting facts you may not have known about New Hampshire. Going all the way back to September 19th, 1961, just after 10:30 p.m., when Mr. and Mrs. Hill reported seeing a UFO on their way back to Portsmouth, New Hampshire from a vacation in Niagara Falls and Montreal. Barney and Betty Hill's encounter would go on to be one of the most iconic UFO stories in history. To this day, a roadside marker can be found on Daniel Webster Highway in Lincoln, New Hampshire, commemorating the incident. On November 23, 1804, in a small log cabin 40 miles west of Manchester, parents Benjamin and Anna Kendrick would welcome their newborn son Franklin to the town of Hillsborough, New Hampshire, who would later go on to have 3 more children together. Later in life, Franklin would serve in the U.S. House of Representatives and Senate until his resignation in 1842. After having much success with his private law practice, he was appointed New Hampshire's U.S. Attorney in 1845. As a result of his part in the Mexican-American War as a brigadier general in the Army, he was nominated as a candidate for president on the 49th ballot at the 1852 Democratic National Convention, later becoming the 14th president of the United States, where Franklin Pierce served in office from 1853 to 1857. He eventually passed away in 1869 at the age of 64. His gravesite can still be visited in the historic cemetery on North Street in Concord, New Hampshire. On April 10, 1934, just 25 minutes north of Conway, New Hampshire, observers noted unusually calm winds, which was quite rare for the summit of Mount Washington. Little did they know that a massive storm was growing over the Great Lakes and the Carolinas, creating a block of high pressure northeast of the mountain. The agonizing morning of April the 12th was spent removing ice from the outside of the observatory. While extremely dangerous, this duty was crucial to ensure all instruments were functioning properly. That afternoon at 1:21 p.m., a record was broken when a 231-mile-per-hour gust of wind was reported. This remained the world record for strongest surface-based wind speed until 1996, when an automated instrument station in Australia clocked 253-mile-per-hour winds during a typhoon. To this day, Mount Washington still remains home to the fastest gusts ever observed directly by a person. On November 18, 1923, in Derry, New Hampshire, Alan and Pauline welcomed their newborn son to the world. Named after his father, Alan, he began showing signs of impressive academic performance at an early age while attending Adams School in Derry, eventually going on to skip both 6th and 8th grade. In 1936, he attended Pinkerton Academy, a private school that both his father and grandfather had a prior connection to. It was during this time that his fascination for flight began to develop, which led him to create a model airplane club at the academy. That Christmas in 1938, he was given a flight in a Douglas DC-3 as his gift. This would further propel his passion for aviation, eventually doing odd jobs at Manchester Airfield in exchange for occasional rides in an airplane or flying lessons. Fast forward to 1941, when he graduated from the Admiral Farragut Academy, a prep school for the Naval Academy. While his grades were mediocre during this time, tests administered at Farragut indicated Allen had an IQ of 145. In 1958, as part of Project Mercury, which aimed to launch a man into Earth's orbit and return him safely to Earth to evaluate his capabilities in space, Allen was selected along with 6 other candidates to complete the mission. On the night of May 18, 1959, when the 7 astronauts gathered at Cape Canaveral to watch their first rocket launch, they were all in shock when minutes after liftoff it exploded, lighting up the night sky. 12 years later, in 1971, he made his second space flight as commander of Apollo 14 from January 31st to February 9th. This was America's 3rd successful lunar landing mission. At the age of 47, Alan Shepard became the oldest man to walk on the moon. Decades later, in September of 2021, New Hampshire officials celebrated the completion of an Interstate 93 expansion project and the rededication of the highway in honor of astronaut Alan Shepard, the first American in space. That wraps up the video, guys, of interesting facts about New Hampshire. Hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. below. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to New Hampshire or you just have any questions, I'll leave my contact info in the description below. Thanks for watching.